there seems to be some activity downstairs. I don't know what you plan. Did you guys plan to go with Alexian, or did you want to go out the?
I planned to go with Alexian, but I changed my mind.
Well, it depends. At the moment, you haven't changed your mind yet, I assume, right? I mean, that would be fair. Yeah. So you and your henchmen, that's right, you had been collecting all sorts of things. So it's really up to you. You don't know quite what's going on. You know that he left with the baboons and are not entirely certain.
Yes, it's still time to explore.
Right, that's true. Or upstairs? Okay, so upstairs, well, there are other bedrooms. There are old libraries with the pages, rotted out or too dried out or stuck together to be useful. Remember that from where you are in the hallways, you can actually look. You can actually look over the edge down into the garden outside. Mm. So you have that. I mean, that is available. If you want to go toward the other end, near the stairs where you came up, there are other bedrooms. Clearly a family lived here. And you will find that there are several other rooms. Now these ones are untouched. And it is worth pointing out that the baboons didn't come up here until Gorko went up and said, I am in charge. Mm. That's you're realizing this now. This place is not full of baboon leavings and evidence of their place. They obviously had stayed down in the stable. Gorko's the one who said, my house, recently. He was motivated. So not to be too explicit, the other family members are lying dead in their beds from long ago.
So I didn't find nobody, only remains?
No. There's plenty of information that we can put together and think about later, but nothing is immediate to you right now.
Then I get down to Alexa.
Sure. I will say that Caleb, your henchman, tells you that the people some people in town treat this as a church or as a place of worship because basically out of terror. So, but it's so old that most people think it was just a legend. And that they could get favors just by going giving donations and keeping, basically saying, hurt someone else, not me, right? Or trying to call curses down on people or things like that. That's what people did when they lined up outside the door. They could go in a little ways and that was it. So who knows how long the baboons have been keeping up this practice for some reason, but apparently they have not been smart enough to hoard anything valuable and instead have eaten it all or lost it or something. Okay, now, what now? Because actually this is going to take you a while, I think, what you're doing. Giving us plenty of time.
I don't look forward, no, but I just say hello. It has ears, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, so
several.
Yes, so
okay. Middle head.
Okay. Yeah, so I ask you to say hello in a not expecting a curious way, but hello.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose it's given what it says here that I really ought to go by this. People ought to write down 63 for the encounter reactions. Why don't you do the damage? Roll a percentile dice.
What's gonna kill?
65.
Roll again.
82.
Okay. It is behaving uncertainly, and at first, there's a I don't know if this weird mouth. At first, I guess I would say that the tentacles above its mouth, twine in kind of a very symmetrical way. So it seems as though it's comprehending you, and then it flinches and seems to go into more of a defensive crouch, and its arms spread, and it crouches a little bit so that its head comes down more toward your height, and looks as though it's capable of attack.
So it seems to understand me.
You ask many leading questions, my friend.
Does understand me.
How on earth would you know that?
It reacted.
It reacted in what appeared to be initially a coherent fashion. So right now it seems to be very much uncertain about your intentions. Although it seems to be able to understand you in some way, perhaps best known to itself. I need an action from you.
Yes, and
Milo Vast says to you, Surface Man, what's your name?
Robert.
Robert, you spoke of the people at least being able to listen. I will tell you this. My chiefs believe their promises. Don't trust the Kaolin. I will not plead for my life. You have defeated me. I can only hope that you will treat me as a prisoner of war. So he looks willing to so the squad, your squad is at this point, they're grabbing his arms and making sure his lance is taken away, and basically looking for some way to bind him. So they're taking him, they're holding him. He is now saying, my life is yours. Just don't trust them. As he's referring to the people coming down with their banner. My chief listened. They let us die. They did not join the fight, as they said.
Yeah, look, I'll turn them in as a prisoner of war then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
I slowly crouch down, take the sword out of the sheath and put it on the ground and say, I mean no harm, I'm only curious.
His long central arm reaches out, pokes the sword, clink, clink. And then the eyeball and you enter into a staring match. It doesn't really seem very communicative, or if it's communicating, it doesn't seem able to do anything truly full with content that makes any sense to you. By the way, I'm just checking here for Okay.
I cautiously step forward towards it, of course, to see how it reacts. It seemed curious about my sword. Didn't seem to understand it. So I want to see how it reacts to me.
I hate it when books give me there's a ambiguous response in the reaction table.
Okay.
I do not like
What's
that
that
result.
mean?
I got the result that said uncertain, positive on a second roll. The second roll was not positive. So it was uncertain. So I'm stuck with uncertain. But you're behaving differently, you're doing something odd, you're this, okay. It's not, it didn't get the hostile. I'm just going to have to say that it backs away into its corner.
I stop moving towards it.
And it starts to the mouth starts like chomping like it wants, like in a kind of a chewing motion.
It wants food. Is there any pieces left of Gorko?
Well, he's a pretty damn big gorilla. There's lots of apes. There's a lot.
I chop off fat foot and give it to the entity.
You do? Okay, interesting. Okay. Well, it will accept the food, but it doesn't want to come out or come back to you or deal with you at all. In fact, it will.
I give the food and then back away and leave it.
Okay.
Chicken later or something.
All right. Well, I think we are done with your circumstances. It's emerging back. The sunlight, which you had seen some by looking up into the hole in the roof over the garden, but where you were was very shadowed. Getting back into the sunlight is like, wait, it's still like, it's normal out here. Right? Look at the house and its low, brooding kind of content of weirdness, right? It's squatting there in the yard. Right across from Chamber O' Horrors, right, that you had been in earlier. So, nice neighbors you have. Meet the neighbors, he says.
Well, I don't have any plans on this house.
Well,
Not with a pet.
roommate.
Pets and a roommate.
Well, do you know how long this has been abandoned or abandoned by humans at least, or how long has the baboons been here, or something else?
Looks like centuries.
Did you find anything when you looked around?
You can say a lot, but it's confusing. That's fair.
Yeah, it's nothing I can understand.
Right. Yes, I investigate some more, and it was also set up a base here and start cleaning and renovating.
Do you plan on spending the night here?
the two Talos and Caleb, as soon as you say that, they look at each other. They're okay with that other building, you know. It was nasty enough and depressing and scary enough. This too? What? He's the new guy, right? Or right, we don't have to.
Well, I guess it's somewhere. I don't really have a place to live. I just move around, go to instance. Some place would be nice to have to be my own.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you.
If I die, you know where to look.
So, okay, that's okay. Are you going to go and discuss any of this with Olga?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. It's so interesting. I can't not.
Right, well, it's right there in your
Shadows.
yard, for example.
Yeah. Crazy story.
Yes.
I was in my neighbors.
Well, he's, did you learn about the thing in the basement at all? Did you guys discuss
Did
this?
you tell me?
I would say don't go into the basement. Don't go down there.
Okay.
Bet you don't know.
I've seen the slugs on the
Right.
bottom of that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see how, and you know there are baboons in here that have all previously been hostile. I don't recommend going down there.
Okay. You have made it to the staircase, and the pack of you are somewhat aware that a crush of people at the top of the staircase would be a bad idea. So there's kind of a halting. You better go down fast and not. But okay, I'll go. Right. So there's a certain amount of scattered effort. Right.
Yes.
Are you going down first or are you going down last?
Good question.
Or in between, I suppose, would be possible, but those two particularly interest me.
I think I'm going to go down last.
Okay. So, Agadirk and Deseldral, start hurrying down the stairs. And the and that's when a man's voice behind you and the stair coming down, which it's right there, right? The stair coming down, the stair coming up. So therefore the man's voice says, oh, come on, don't run off.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, face it, there's really no way you're getting out of here just by running around. And I think that,
Last time I checked, there was a door down there.
oh, I think she knows all about the door. Listen, I'm Faith. And the man steps down. And as he steps down, he pulls that same mask off of his face. And he'll say back and says, relax, I've got it. He's wearing kind of a dressing gown, right? Kind of oh, even better, he's wearing a frilly dressing gown that doesn't belong to him. And he says, I have a proposition.
Hurry up.
You can adopt my patronage, and I'll explain everything to her arrogance up there, just the way she'll want to hear it. Because I think that the Black Mist is a little bit tired of this ancient horror. Well, not without her charms, adjusting the rope. Running the joint. And you can help me a great deal